Yes, adofo ba munyina kwaba. Ere oba platform we eso host na naje yi. Ena wona me abo ne mpuno. Adofo, sesi amene mo kase an chese dead Lumba munim se owo radio station me adofo ha eja aso ho no enye jaketoa. Ye de nsem ne nyina ebro na yentie ne enu aban so no ede na man.
So me cheche munyina afede Ghana for someone who say the main masterminded person behind all this atemdidie we usheti wa no mune TikTok enkrofo ya Asante Queen no mune omo di akire nyina se na yetu omo nyina ka this woman ene behind it ye maame Akosua Sewa. Mami Akosua Sewa is now the top politician in Ghana. The top politician one day per order rise another man out of him and no per se or dancing in that man's glory just to kill that man's glory, just to kill the fame of Daddy Lumba. Now you're paying for better than why here you shine. At the baby bubokono, Maminka send you a hanomo. Sure? I went to four na be say Ghana. They be a mekasa same way. I went to four. And I say Ghana. Ghanaians are used to the lawlessness of the nature. Your nature, how we grew up, obiaye free. Abrochi, people feel like they are in cage because they are not, they have not integrated. They have not actually been able to learn why I grow peaceful. Abrochi peaceful. So they always enjoy going back to Ghana because they can do practically anything in Ghana. A lot of people want to go back to Ghana because Ghana seems to be free for everybody, lawless. You can pay for anything. You can pay for practically for somebody to buy somebody for you. Now, Mami Akosua Sewa saw that advantage that people who are hopeless, people who are helpless, it was the best opportunity. Onim se Ghana former bimo. They are very, very weak. People don't want to learn about the responsibilities of what they do. They don't want to take actions. Ebe render omo a good outcome. So people just do anything and they feel like if you know somebody, if you can pay, you don't need to put up a good behavior. You don't need to follow the law. Ghanaians has enjoyed the lawlessness for so long, say. The era ye wo musesi unless they say, you see, all these politics going on and about politics, it wasn't because they understand politics or they stand or they stood for a good cause for Ghana to be better. It was because they say they want to be part of a group, they want to belong, they want to be relevant, and therefore the politicians use them as a bait to catch the bigger fish or no politician or person or cat. It's not because say people I see doing jandam are very way knowledgeable about what they are saying. No, that's why they cannot talk to issues, but they talk to people. So I say the nipa character and a better ho. It didn't them, and that is what Mami Akosua Sewa. Any Akosua Brimpoma, let me take this Akosua Brimpoma because Akosua Sewa is taking the advantage and feels to say Ghana is still the lawless country. Yetimi or free German cage nimu says she feels she's free to do anything. So you're paying for to her thinking it is nothing, but it is a bubo baby. People will now feel they have the power to do anything and use anybody. The government is responsible for the well-being and the peace environment. A chrono, as I say, it provided to the people. The government is responsible. A case between Akosua Sewa and Odobroni, and also Lumba Ebusia Penny and Lumba himself. It's not the state case. It wasn't a murder case. It wasn't something Bonibio di etie chrono. Why is it that this woman is now involving a state? You see why I say it's a politics and she's now making it a state issue. This was not a ruling against a person. It was not between the people, the court, and the person. When somebody commits a crime, against the country, it is now the person versus the state. So I said the country no. In Akosua Sewa case, this is a civil case. This is not a state case. This is not a deal. But now she's committing a crime against the country. Akosua Sewa to say it's no longer a way third force. It's no longer a way the issues that confronts Ghanaians anymore. And because they say we are speaking and what we say no it's going for NDC. So see a yamija video where me want them the DSC, so it's not because they say oh yen kwan yen obi abeka and na me ba beka ho asem. It's not because they say galam say ha Ghana and ya ba beka ho asem. It's not because they said there are no jobs in Ghana and I'm beka say the reason why people find time in their hands to be useless, and also their resources, wasting the resources of what Ghana produces on something else. No, this is people are gonna come and insult me. Why? Because Akosua Sewa feels that she has the power. Me can say every Ghanaian, majority of Ghanaians gains power. And they use the bottom line for bring up, help them to achieve something, for them to also have their life, or target along which they actually connect to you to keep them with you so they can use you until say you are useless and they will dump you. Mami Akosua Sewa is using the gullible, weak-minded individuals, Ghanaian ma omonte omabra bo ase. No more that blame their weaknesses, their failure on another person, and that person, the person who serves as that is Odobroni, Ebusiapeni, that the Lumba, anybody else is a victim of Mami Akosua Sewa. To come to the country and cause this much of chaos, for the country to also use our security men. Now, it is clear that Ghana is not safe. It is so clear that Ghana, there's nothing anybody can do to fix Ghana, because the people themselves volunteers themselves for the downfall of Ghana for. Emra yepe bibi ewo Ghana demonstrations. It's a faction, whether it's a faction, whether it is MPP or NDC. People do not join force as a national we need. So demonstration. It is always another person's problem. So this one here, I am calling upon the government. I am calling upon our leaders of the country to see this thing. There was an incident in the United States of America where the black people wanted to raise money for this young man. Police ni shutu neba, police ni kun neba, police ni nensu kofa revenge. Ekoye se before ne sore. Now the state nipped it because it was going to raise a big roar, because onipane di boni, the law must speak. If a GoFundMe almost 30, the state GoFundMe, the company GoFundMe had to shut it down right away. It's not because it's a black. It was because it was going to stir a lot of anger, and the country, the state was going to be a chaos. And therefore, the government stepped in right away. And those things was a shutdown. Now, this is what Mami Akosua Sewa is doing. Mami Akosua Sewa is stirring the people against themselves. Mami Akosua Sewa is using her position and taking advantage of the young, vulnerable Ghanaian people, taking advantage of the women, because, of course, poverty is a mental health issue. Poverty is a huge problem for our mental stability, and Ghana is being taken advantage. So the country is not safe. That amount of people at the airport poses a security threat to visitors, to people who may be see, people move countries because they are running away from something. They want privacy. Airport is a security zone. That should not have happened. So the people of Ghana, I am calling, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me. Nyamin Shiramu.
Yes, other force was here. na just said the ono soro e de nam no na adafo eja chenche eja tele e na aso e wo che say deal che say ni radio station na yenkom wo decide
eye opriga nyaketo ano makodi nkomo bo baby sese radio station no ebefiri mu nsa paade enye ke moja begu anka mo mpene Mama no, she's not interested in the radio. Mama can't tell me. If you're not radio ni simuno, ayane dia. She bought it. Her own money, her own sweat, and what didn't kuntare. If you're not, so I say. Iti akuna ya wenti mi anfa edi ankwa hye ho se
yes adofo se wate ase an ye chima moja ebegu na je se eja dam no